This week's shows are going to be brought to you by Amber Lolli, a really great product. I encourage you guys to go check it out. AmberLolli.com. Link is down below in the description.
Hey, look, I want to talk about this Amber Lolli product again. Whenever something good comes along, I do want to talk about this. My neck, I had a kink in my neck from hell, and the pain it gets to a point where you get headaches. So I just grabbed the cream and I rubbed that crap on the back of my neck. After a while, you don't even realize that the pain is gone. You're just going, and how we are several hours later, and there's no pain. And it works really quick. I like that. So joint pain and muscles, sore muscles, nice. And then here's the thing about me. I get offered all the time. People want to come on, they want to be sponsors, they want to be this. My thing is, if I don't use your product, I'm not interested. You know, I can sell out everything and make a ton of money, but no, my subscribers to me are very important. But this product here, absolutely, I'm going to endorse this. I like it a lot. AmberLolli.com.
Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? All right. Why is it that only the Republicans care about what the hell is going on in this country? It seems like. Here's a pretty good example. This is Alex Mooney. He's a Republican from West Virginia. Alex Mooney wants to know, where is our gold? Yes, he is asking for an audit. It hasn't been done in decades. Remember how we used to hear, oh, all the gold is kept in Fort Knox? There hasn't been an audit in decades. Money Metals has been keeping an eye on this situation, and they put out a pretty good article. Before we get started, hit the thumbs up button, because when you do, it helps us get past the algorithm that YouTube puts on us and keeps us from being shadow banned. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. The disclaimer here is I'm not a financial advisor, a lawyer, or an accountant. The information that I share with you, I do freely. It is of my own opinion. Hey folks, just a quick reminder that back in 2008 and 9, a lot of people lost all of their retirement savings in their 401ks and IRAs because they did not own gold and silver. Yeah, that's right. Gold and silver protects you from a market crash. So do yourself a favor, protect your retirement by purchasing gold and silver. You can go to moneymetals.com, reach out to them, and they will help you set yourself up to protect you and your family from having to start all over from scratch. If you're a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and they will send along with your order a free half ounce of silver. So folks, do yourself a favor, head on over to moneymetals.com and protect you and your family from a market crash, as well as inflation. That's right, head on over to Money Metals when you want to buy gold and silver. Keep in mind, if you're a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and you will get a free half ounce of silver. Hey, right now, a special offer for my audiences only. You have a chance to win 100 free American Silver Eagles. That's over $3,000 in value. And all you have to do is enter your email to win. That's it. That's right, there's no obligations to purchase. The link is down below in the description, so head on over there, enter to win. You have between now and December 31st of this year to enter. The only way you can for sure not win 100 silver American Eagles is by not entering at all. So do yourself a favor and enter your email so you have a chance to win. Just wanted to say I'm pretty pumped that quite a few of you brought this article to my attention, which means you guys are going to Money Metals website and checking out the news articles. This is good. It's a great way to stay informed. A lot of people don't remember that Money Metals doesn't just sell precious metals. They also are actively involved with legislation, trying to make gold and silver real money again. Also trying to make sure that we don't have to pay taxes on it. That's for dang sure. All right, so look at it here. I did a video not that long ago explaining to you that Republican Alex Mooney has sent a letter over to the Treasury Department asking some pretty simple questions. Well, he got a response. I'm pretty sure it's not the response that we wanted. Recent correspondence between Republican Alex Mooney and the U.S. Treasury Department suggests that the department has given the Federal Reserve, now keep in mind the Federal Reserve is not a government bank. It's privately owned. It's owned by all the evil people that we don't like. You know, the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, people like that. Has given the Federal Reserve and the International Monetary Fund unfettered control of a portion of U.S. gold reserves, a portion or all of it. There's rumors we don't even have gold anymore. Of course, it's rumors, but there's no way to know. We have been prevented from auditing the Federal Reserve as well as our gold for decades. How come we are allowing this to happen? Well, I shouldn't say we. Our politicians, you see, they're paid pretty good to turn the cheek is what it is. So this is on June the 9th. Mooney sent a letter to Janet Yellen asking her some questions about the U.S. gold reserves, which are owned by the Treasury. So there was a reply from the Treasury Department's Deputy Assistant Secretary for Appropriations in the Department's Office of Legislative Affairs. Angel Naglioni was released this week. That's a heck of a job title. The U.S. Treasury declined to answer most of Republican Mooney's questions, suggesting that the congressman instead pose them to the Fed and the IMF, though the gold belongs to the Treasury itself. So why are they telling us to ask the Fed? The Federal Reserve, that is. And the IMF. Why do they have our gold? Who gave them permission? This is the taxpayers' gold, just so you understand. This isn't their gold to do with whatever the hell they want. That's why it makes me sick that we just allow the politicians to decide to do whatever the hell they want with our money. It's our money. They should be asking us for permission, since we pay the taxes, on what kind of things we want to see them pay for. Particularly, Naglioni replied, the Treasury won't say how much of the gold is kept at the Federal Reserve Bank in New York, although there is a government document here that discloses some of the information. So in 1934, the Federal Reserve turned over all of its gold to the Treasury. So the Federal Reserve technically does not own gold, or should not own gold. But just because they don't own it, doesn't mean they don't use it. The Federal Reserve instead gives us those fake fiat dollars. And why do you think they're so adamant about not doing the gold standard? And the enemy of the fiat dollar is gold. That's why they manipulate the value all the time. Why Treasury gold is kept at the New York Fed. Whether any of the Treasury gold at the New York Fed has recently been audited, assayed, or inventoried. Whether the Treasury gold held in New York's Fed is segregated from the gold vaulted there by other nations. How much Treasury gold is part of the IMF's gold holdings, nor where Treasury gold assigned to the IMF is kept, and won't explain the purpose of the assignment of the Treasury's gold to the IMF. So the Treasury Department is us. That's our department. That's the government. Why is our government letting the IMF use our gold? Who gave them permission? As an American citizen, you should be pissed. If we go back to the gold standard, it's based on how much gold each country has. Naglioni did say that the Treasury Department and the U.S. Mint were not to engage in gold or gold derivative transactions through the Bank for International Settlements, other central banks, or governments. But this did not exclude the Federal Reserve's use of Treasury gold for such transactions. Gold doesn't belong to them. Why are we allowing this? You see what I'm saying? These bankers have gotten way too powerful. Since Mooney's questions involve the Treasury's own gold, the Treasury surely knows and should know the answers, or else the Treasury is negligent custodian of national assets. I think there should be some liability. I think some people should go to jail if they are doing things they are not supposed to be doing. That the Treasury won't answer Mooney's questions is more evident that it and the Federal Reserve are likely using the United States gold reserves for intervention in the gold market. Yeah, in other words, manipulating the markets using our own gold against us. So here's what happened. The Gold Reserve Act in 1934 required the Federal Reserve Systems to transfer ownership of all of its gold to the Department of Treasury. In exchange, the Secretary of Treasury issued gold certificates to the Federal Reserve for the amount of gold transferred at the then applicable statutory price for gold held by the Treasury. And here's the thing that gets me. It says right here, the statutory price of gold is set by law. It does not fluctuate with the market price of gold and has been consistent at $42.22 per fine troy ounce since 1973. The book value of the gold held at the Treasury is determined using this statutory price. So the gold there is obviously way more valuable if it is there. Although the Federal Reserve does not own any gold, the Federal Reserve Bank of New York acts as the custodian of gold owned by account holders, such as the United States government, foreign governments, other central banks, and official international organizations. So the Federal Reserve doesn't own any gold, but they use it. We know that the last somewhat credible examination of Fort Knox gold was in 1953. Rumors and reports that gold was being bled from Fort Knox to help pay the bills of World War II and the Korean War caused Dwight Eisenhower to reassure America its gold in Fort Knox is still safe. There's no evidence that inspection was a thorough audit. Reports said it was spot check of only 6% of the gold. You know, if I had my way, here's what I would do. Audit of everything, including the Fed books. I'm sure if you did an audit of the Federal Reserve books, as well as our gold, we would find a ton more crimes. This is why the bankers, Wall Street, politicians, and media all make bed buddies. They protect each other's asses. What this boils down to is they're not going to allow us to audit this. And we can't get enough politicians to support what Alex Mooney's trying to do. So Mooney is a sponsor of the Gold Reserve Transparency Act of 2021, H.R. 3526, to require the first true audit of America's gold in decades. So just reach out to your representatives if you guys really want to help. This is important, you guys. The economy is getting ready to crash, and we're seeing governments all around the world buy up as much gold as possible. They're buying up a ton of gold. Where does that leave us? Where do we truly stand? I know it says we're 8,000 tons of it, but how do we know this? There's no way to know this because we haven't done an audit. So call your legislators and let them know that you want them to pass this Gold Reserves Transparency Act of 2021 so that the American people could feel comfortable that their government is being honest. Give me a thumbs up, and if you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. And a shout out to Money Metals for keeping everybody informed. You guys, I continue to tell you guys to go to the website and read the news articles, because you'll learn a whole lot. I'll catch you later. I'm out.